NAF theory about secret and mimic and all that. Like, it's okay to use someone else's theory as partial evidence for your own theory and things of that nature. And I don't think a lot of people understand that the book series is also way different because it's set in like an alternate timeline. And you can use some of that evidence to help the theories from the games, but sometimes those tiny little threads that you can make that go to point A to point B to point C and further don't always aren't always the strongest because there's always that chance of new information coming to light that it could literally just snap your whole entire thing. And to me, it's better to, get a group of people together who like that type of stuff, that like coming up with theories about those games and having a full on conversation of like, hey, I have this idea that might help explain some of it, but I don't have all the evidence for it. That's all. What do you guys think about it? Let's all sit down and find the evidence and make it to where it actually is fully flushed out, that it is satisfying to the point to not only yourself but the viewer as well. That's that's just how it is for me. Like some of the stuff that I use, yeah, it's some of it's AI generated. Like my little logo, that's AI generated because I don't have the funds to pay an artist. Like if I had the funds to pay an artist, I would. But I just don't have the funds for that. I barely am able to keep myself, going on a normal basis. And that comes back to that whole her thing of people sitting there thinking that, oh, you're autistic, but you don't look autistic. It's like sometimes people that are autistic, like it's a spectrum. The higher on the spectrum you are, the more you're going to actually be able to see it. And when it comes to like my case, he might look at me and say, "Oh, he's not autistic," and that's because I learned how to hide it. That's what I had to do my whole life. I had to hide it, and that's what masking is hiding who you are to, you know, be able to fit in, make friends, things of that nature. And sometimes that's not always the healthiest way to go about it. Why I believe just let people be who they are. Don't don't hold them to your standards because their standards might not meet your standards. So instead of putting them down for not meeting your standards, why not help them find ways to meet that standard? You know, that's the whole entire point. That's why a lot of neurodiverse people like myself, we find it hard to do normal jobs because we can sit there and try to do a normal job all we want, but it's always, we'll get wrote up for not meeting expectations, or we get pulled to the side and like, hey, you messed this up, when most of the time we don't get proper training. We just get tossed into it like, oh, you got a week of training, go. It's like, no, some of us take more than a week of training to actually fully get stuff down. Most of the time, the reason why people like me ask why so much is because we want to know the reason why. We want to learn the logical reason. And if we learn the logical reason of why something's important, we'll keep that to memory. Our working memory might be shit, our short-term memory might be shit, our long-term memory might be shit, but we will also sit there and ruminate about things that's in the past that we can't go back and redo. And most of the time, we will sit there and we'll replay those conversations, or we'll play conversations in our head. That way we can be prepared if that conversation comes up. In all reality, everyone wants to preach about autism awareness, but in all reality, it needs to be autism acceptance. Learning how to accept people no matter what, being able to support anyone no matter what. And that's the thing. How everything is going now, it's really hard to get the support you need. Definitely as an autistic adult, it's incredibly hard because, well, my last time I got denied for my disability, they sat there like, "Oh, you're getting treatment. You'll get better." No, the stuff I have is not curable. I can treat the symptoms, but that does not mean I can work a normal job. It's just how it is. Like, I am interested in tech. I want to learn how things work. I like taking it apart and putting it back together again. I like cleaning it. And most of the time, they want you to have a degree and some amount of experience to do it. They don't want someone that's self taught. And it's like, what's the point of that? Uh, we can't live like that. It's hurtful. And it just boils down to knowing your rights. Like the last job I actually worked, I said something about the ADA, and the shift manager on shift, I'm like, "Do you know what the ADA is?" And he's like, "No, what is that?" They're like, "You're a shift manager, you should know what that is." It's not my responsibility to tell you. If you learn what the ADA is, and if someone that in your actually in your establishment is disabled, you learn how to better accommodate them. And basic accommodations aren't hard to do, like making sure they can only work 45 hours a month, not changing their schedule up at the last minute, and things like that nature. It doesn't work well. That's why 85% of autistic people are unemployed. Why most of us will either do something like this or, do small things around the house if we're actually able to do them. That's just how it goes. We can't just balls to the wall to something and expect it to always work out. Like it does not work that way. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. And it just sucks because, I would love for people to actually sit around and want to learn about things, learn how to be understanding about someone like me, being able to accommodate. But it's not, it goes both ways. And it just can't end there. Like if someone really wanted to sit down and understand who I am as a person, I'd rather them sit there and talk to me and learn about me. Let me go see what this dog's barking at, and I'll have to use the restroom. I'll be back. Okay, I have returned after using the restroom, but I apologize for that huge ass fucking rant I went on about everything. Sometimes I can't help it. When I get talking about a subject that I'm actually passionate about, that's what happens. But, it is what it is.
How far could he have gone?
Shit sucks, but, there's nothing I can really do about it.